Welcome back, guys. This is What If Naruto, who had the Rinnegan Part 2. Last time we left off when Naruto and his team met Tazuna. So Tazuna does still make comments about Naruto, saying, "Oh, how am I really getting protected by this monster with these purple eyes?" And the third Hokage, Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke know that Naruto doesn't like being called a monster, and then Naruto appears behind Tazuna with the kunai and says, "Do you really think I can protect you now?" And Tazuna gulps and says, "Yeah, okay, you can." So the next morning, everyone goes to the gate and they head out. Naruto is already on guard because he wants to impress Kakashi that he is a really good ninja. So he has his guard up, and he does notice the puddle when walking towards his destination. But he remembers he's been training for a while in the forest, and he doesn't remember it being he doesn't remember that it rained recently, so he believes that this is a fake puddle and it might be a substitution jutsu. So Naruto has his guard up, and as soon as the demon brothers appear, Naruto says "Almighty push," and he pushes the demon brothers away. And Kakashi's like, "Wait, what was that?" He doesn't say it out loud, but he believes it is another rinnegan ability. So Naruto does end up asking who they're after, and they say Tazuna, and Naruto just kills them afterwards because he doesn't really care about them. And Sakura's like, "He just killed them. I knew he was a monster." And then Kakashi's like, "No, Sakura, even I would have killed them. They would just be pests and try to ruin our mission." So, and then Kakashi's like, "If they were after Tazuna, this is no C rank mission. This could be either a B rank or even an A rank." And Tazuna tells them about his village and how he couldn't afford an A or B rank mission. So Kakashi's like, we have to go back to the village. It's not that we wouldn't do it even though you're poor. It's just that a team of rinnegan isn't strong enough to go up against, let's say, someone like a Jonin. So Kakashi was about to take them back, and then Naruto says, "Do you really think I'm not strong enough to beat anyone? I mean, I can just push them away and then pull them as well." And then Kakashi is like, "What do you mean?" And Naruto just says, "Almighty universal pull." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Universal pull, and pulls Kakashi to him. And Kakashi is like, he was confused and stunned because Naruto just pulled him when he was like 15 meters away. And Naruto's like, this is one of the abilities of my eyes. So Naruto now, Kakashi now understands that Naruto has different ability. The Rinnegan gives him different abilities, and believes that Naruto is probably already like tuning level. And if he gets some training in maybe improving his taijutsu and improving his chakra control, maybe Naruto will be able to might even be low Jonin level. So Kakashi takes this mission, and of course they do get to the land of waves, and they do feel the Kakashi feels the bloodlust, and also Naruto, not everyone else, only them to feel it. And Kakashi's like, "Duck down." And as soon as Naruto sees the sword swinging at them, he says almighty push, and he pushes the sword away back to the bush, and then he throws the kunai at the bush, and a rabbit jumps out of there. And Sakura was about to punch Naruto for nearly killing a rabbit, and then Naruto still throws another kunai in the bush, and Zabuza jumps out, and then Sakura's like, what the hell? But it was just a rabbit. And then Kakashi's like, didn't you see the color of the rabbit? It's nearly summer and it was still white. That's a winter rabbit, and it must have been kept in a cage for a while, being prepared to be used as a substitution. And then Zabuza says, Kakashi of the Sharingan, and Naruto Uzumaki of the rinnegan, because Naruto is known far and wide because of his rinnegan, and Kakashi is already known as a copy ninja. So Naruto's cooldown just finished, and he was ready to fight. So he gets his kunai out, and Kakashi say, Naruto, stand down, I got this. Because he knows even if Naruto has all these abilities, he doesn't have the skills to fight a Jonin yet, especially because Zabuza is no low tier Jonin. He's pretty much an S rank, he's an A to S rank shinobi right now. So he knows that someone like Naruto, who probably would be a D rank Chunin, or a D rank, so basically he would be the lowest tier of Jonin. Even if he had some kind of taijutsu skills, Naruto still needs to master chakra control and learn how to fight properly. So Kakashi takes the fight, and the same thing happens. He does slip and he's imprisoned. So Naruto now decides that maybe he could use almighty push, but that would get that Kakashi would be in the crossfire. So he has to make a plan with Sasuke, and he does throw smoke bombs and say, Sasuke, throw me, I'll transform and you throw me as a shuriken. And Sasuke does throw Naruto's. First he throws smaller shurikens and kunais, and then he says, and then Zabuza just hits them away, and then Sasuke's like, take this then. So Sasuke throws Naruto and he completely misses, and Zabuza's like, I didn't even need to swing my sword and I didn't get hit. And Sasuke is like, that wasn't my you weren't my target. And now Zabuza realizes that one of them is missing, and he feels Naruto transforms, and he turns back and he sees him throw a kunai at mad speeds. So he does have to let go of the water prison and let Kakashi out. Zabuza jumps up, and Naruto's like universal pull, and he pulls him towards him and punches him in the face, and Zabuza is sent a few meters from them. So now Zabuza is like in the middle of Sasuke and Sakura and Kakashi and Naruto. Naruto knows that he could just kill Sasuke and Sakura and Tarzan at the same time, right there, but Kakashi blitzes Zabuza because Zabuza's confused on what just happened, and roundhouse kicks him further away from Tarzan and his team. And Naruto's cooldown's about to finish, so then he sees Kakashi readying up a technique, and he's about to kill Zabuza until Zabuza is hit by needles and apparently killed. So Kakashi checks if Zabuza is dead, and he sees that he is, because Haku hit him in spots that make him look dead. Maybe probably kill him for temporarily, maybe and stop his heartbeat. I'm not sure how he did it. Like, OP as fuck, but So Kakashi just lets them go and he collapses. Naruto goes up to him and picks him up with his shadow clones. So sorry. So Tazuna takes them to their place and they rest for a week. Well, Kakashi rests for a week and them three learn chakra control. Naruto this time will find it easier because the rinnegan does make him a bit wiser, and since he was training in by himself for the 1 month that they used to do D rank missions, he did learn a bit of chakra control, just well, controlling his chakra when he's using the almighty push and the universal pull, the abilities of the rinnegan, without over consuming too much of his chakra. So Naruto gets there in, like, let's say half a day and says and then asks Kakashi, can you teach me how to walk on water like you did against Zabuza? And Kakashi says maybe tomorrow, not today. And right before they leave, Sasuke goes up to Naruto and says, can you give me give me a tip to finish this quick? And Naruto now thinks of Sasuke like a rival, because Sasuke wants to rival him. So Naruto just tells him, try to don't put too much chakra on your feet or you're not going to be able to control it, and try to be modest with your chakra on your feet, because you still need chakra on throughout your body, not only your feet, or your body is going to be vulnerable. And Sasuke tries that and he actually finishes in like another hour or two, and he heads back. So he heads back to see that Naruto's not there, and then Kakashi says, oh, Naruto's gone to train again. And Sasuke is that he wants to go train, but he's completely drained out of chakra because he used his last bit of chakra to do to actually finish the tree climbing thing. So this time I'm not gonna forget that Naruto meets Haku. Naruto's training his almighty push, and he wants to see if he can get rid of the cooldown so he can spam it. But of course you can't do that because the cooldown's permanent. Or Pain would have literally won against Naruto. It would just be that almighty push till he just says universal pull in and then easy win. So Naruto is about realizes that he cannot get rid of the cooldown because he's been working for the past 4 hours, and it's like 10 p.m. now and it's dinner time basically for them. So he's about to head back and until he meets Haku. Yes, this time at night, because Zabuza was more injured because of Naruto, and Haku did see Naruto and he said hello there. And then Naruto's like, hello there, who are you? And Haku says, oh, I'm just picking up herbs. And Naruto's like, what's your name? And Haku's like, before you ask someone's name, you should give your own name. And Naruto's like, oh, my name is Naruto Uzumaki. And Haku's like, my name is Haku. I forgot his name, doesn't really matter here. And Haku does tell him about if Naruto has a precious one, and Naruto says, I might do in the village, because he thinks that his precious person is Hinata, because Hinata never really hated him. So Naruto does say, yeah, I do have a precious person that I wouldn't let anyone kill. And Haku is like, if you have a precious person like me, you'll get stronger and you will always try to protect them. And Naruto understands that and realizes that if someone was to attack the village, he would try to stop them, just because, not even because he doesn't want the village to get destroyed, it's just because he wants to protect Hinata. So he's like, thank you for your wisdom, and he just heads back to the house running like his normal self, like a kid. And because Naruto's still goofy here, and he does fall down a few times because he used too much chakra, Haku does help him up and he says thank you, and Haku does say be careful, and he heads back too. So Naruto heads back and sees that Kakashi is waiting for him outside, because Kakashi was getting started to get worried because Naruto has the rinnegan and he hasn't been back for 4 hours. And then he sees a shadow running towards him and purple glowing eyes, which give the chills to him. But then he realizes just Naruto, because he sees a goofy smile on his face while he was walking. Naruto says, I've been training for 4 hours to see if I could get rid of my cooldown on my technique, but it hasn't been working. And Kakashi said, so you've been using your technique for the full 4 hours? Yes. And then Naruto's like, yeah, but it hasn't worked. And Kakashi's like, how are you not out of chakra? And Naruto's like, I barely have any chakra left, but I'm pretty sure I can still walk up a tree one more time before collapsing. And Kakashi is like, go wash yourself up in the shower and go have a bath and then come to dinner. It's nearly ready. And Naruto's like, okay. So Naruto is having dinner and then Inari still has his break. He still has his tantrum, and Naruto does tell him that not everyone in the there are other people like him in the village, like himself, who had never had a father, a mother, a father, or even a grandfather like him. While he at least got to see his parents when he was a kid, while Naruto never got to. And Naruto and ninjas don't give up that easily, so they wouldn't give up on this village or this mission. And Inari understands that Naruto went through the same pain, but 10 times greater, since he never even had a mother or a granddad or a grandfather. So now Naruto and Naruto goes to sleep, and everyone else does a few minutes after him, and Naruto oversleeps. So once Naruto wakes up, it's already 10 o'clock, while everyone left a few hours ago. So they're already at the bridge, and they do meet Zabuza and Haku, and they start the fight. So Naruto leaves a clone back and sees that Inari got attacked, and the clone killed the two attackers and took them to safety. And the clone is still guarding them just in case. So Naruto now is heading to the fight on the bridge. He arrives to see that Sasuke is trapped in some kind of Kekkei with ice mirrors. He realizes that because of his wisdom that he has, his default wisdom that he has when having the rinnegan, and he sees that Kakashi is bodying Zabuza. So he decides to help Sasuke this time, because he's starting to like Sasuke a bit more as a friend now. So he just jumps in the ice mirrors and says, sorry if I'm late, are you okay? And Sasuke is like, you took your damn time. And Naruto's like, I never knew you needed my help that much. And that provoked Sasuke a bit, and then Sasuke's like, I could do this on my own, you can leave if you want. And Naruto's like, I'm good. So Naruto and Sasuke do end up doing the same thing, trying to use fire style. Well, Sasuke tries fire style, but it doesn't work. Naruto tries with the shadow clones, it doesn't work. So Naruto's like, hey Sasuke, hold on tight. And Naruto uses almighty push, which kind of works. He kind of breaks a few, but then they just reappear because Haku would just spam it. Haku now knows that Naruto is the threat here and not Sasuke, so he tries to put down Naruto first, and he throws needles from every single side, every single mirror, and Sasuke pushes him out of the way and says, Naruto, look out, while Sasuke gets hit. Naruto realizes that Sasuke Sasuke is still alive, but he's still pissed that Sasuke had to go through that pain because of him. So he does unleash some of the Nine Tails chakra. So he does break the ice mirrors, and right before he's about to kill Haku, he realizes that it's Haku. So because he broke his mask as soon as he grabbed Haku, and he just stops with his kunai, and since he hesitated a bit, they hear Kakashi's lightning Chidori, and Haku blitzes through all of them and takes it instead of Zabuza. And then Naruto realizes that Zabuza is Haku's precious one. That's why he was picking up those herbs last night. I mean, last night, yeah. Yeah, did I just say one night and then it was already 5? Let's just say that was the last day. And Sasuke finished the first day, but Naruto kept training while Kakashi and them were resting. Same as Sasuke was training too, but Naruto more. Sorry, I kind of get confused sometimes, and it's the morning, and I am still trying to wake up fully from my slumber. So now Naruto still does the Takuno Jutsu on Zabuza when Zabuza says he was a tool to him, and Zabuza realizes how much he actually loved Haku. He was like a son to him, and Haku thought of him as a father figure. And he does kill Gato once Gato tells him the truth, and he dies next to Haku. That's when Naruto's ninja way is Naruto makes his ninja way. His ninja way is to never go back on his word, and to and now they go back to Tazuna's place again. Well, they go back to the they finally arrive to the village, and Sasuke is taken care of by the doctor there, and while Naruto is taking a rest because of his because he burnt through his chakra really fast when using the 9 tools of chakra. Sakura couldn't really see because of the ice mirrors, but she was wondering how Naruto just had such power right after Sasuke got. No, wait, she did see Naruto's orange chakra, and she did ask Kakashi and Naruto, and Naruto realizes she must not know that he has the 9 tails. While so Kakashi makes up an excuse and says, "Oh, Naruto has this weird chakra. He has this." Not disease, he has this illness that his chakra boils up when he is mad and goes orange, but he has a power boost, but the the downfall is that his chakra runs out really fast. And Sakura realizes that is a useless technique, and just as useless as Naruto, even though Naruto did pretty much everything there when fighting Haku. But she was still pissed that Naruto let Sasuke nearly died for Naruto, and he was willing to die for Naruto. So another week passed, and the bridge has been built, and Naruto and it's still named the Great Naruto Bridge, and they say goodbye to Tazuna, Inari, and Tazuna's daughter, and so they leave. Once they arrive to the Leaf Village, Kakashi's called up to the Hokage's office and asked what took them 3 weeks, and what took them 2 weeks and a half, and Kakashi told him about the mission, and the Hokage says, "I understand." And then the next week, so Naruto still trains for the whole week until the meeting with Team 7 arrives, and Kakashi tells them about the training exams and that they have another 1 week to decide. And they say, "Why didn't you tell us earlier so we could have started training earlier?" And Kakashi's like, "Well, Sasuke and Naruto were already training this whole week. It's your fault, Sakura. You never train anyway. So even if I told you about the tuning exams, you weren't gonna train. You and Sakura is pretty pissed at that she's getting so that Kakashi is showing all her weaknesses, and Naruto's like, Sakura, you shouldn't get angry. It is true that you never train, and you were okay. You did protect Tazuna when we were fighting, but you were pretty useless when it came to it. And Naruto, wait. So Naruto decides to leave and says, and then Kakashi's like, are you going off to training? Naruto's like, I was training this whole morning, I'm going to go eat now. And Kakashi's like, may I join you? Because Kakashi was hungry too, and he was craving ramen for some reason this whole morning. And Naruto's like, sure. So they go, and while they're going, Naruto's like, your treat, right? And Kakashi's like, yes, my treat, because he didn't feel like arguing with Naruto now, and he did want to give him some a reward for completing the mission and doing so much in the last mission. So Naruto has like 3 bowls of ramen, and Kakashi has like one, and they leave, and Kakashi asks Naruto, so Naruto, while they were eating, he asks, so Naruto, you know your rinnegan? And Naruto's like, yeah, what about it? And Kakashi's like, I've heard rumors of the rinnegan having multiple techniques, and I've heard the rumors about the 2 that you used, but then again I did hear more rumors about different types of abilities. Like for example, one of the rumors I heard was a summoning. And Naruto says, what is a summoning? And Kakashi decides to show him, and Naruto's like, whoa, I want to learn that. And Naruto and Kakashi's like, he knows that Kakashi has 3 different summoning scrolls with him, summoning contracts. He has a toad one, just because Jiraiya gave it to him in case someone ever wanted to learn toad summonings. He has a ninja hound one because he has himself, and he has a snake one. And Naruto decides to choose the toad one, and says, and he summons Gamabunta on his first try, and he's like, who are you, kid? How did you summon me? And then he looks up and he sees Naruto with the rinnegan, and he's like, the rinnegan? How do you have it? And then Kakashi tells him, well, that's Naruto's Maki. I'm sure that most of the world heard of him already. And when he was born, he had a gift with the rinnegan. And Gamabunta is like, yes, I did hear about a kid having a rinnegan, but I didn't know someone like him could have it. In his mind, he's like, so it is Minato's son who has it. And he wants to become Naruto summoning, because he was Jiraiya summoning, and Jiraiya was Minato's master, and Minato he was Minato summoning as well. So he decides to tell Naruto, if you can stay on my head for a full day, I'll become your summoning. And Naruto's like, alright. So every time Naruto was about to fall off, he would say almighty pull, a universal pull. So he would pull Gamabunta with him, and he would be on his head when they fall. And Gamabunta would get up, like, you're pretty smart, kid. And he does stay on his head for a full day, and Kakashi already left. He said, you do you, Naruto. And Kakashi left Naruto and said, maybe Naruto's a bit too overpowered now. Because now Naruto is pretty much the strongest Genin, because no Genin has a summoning, and no Genin would have a summoning that big and that strong at such young age, because he remembers his own master having that summoning, and he does, and in his head like, Naruto's really Minato's son, because he sees Minato's personality in Naruto, not complete Minato, like Minato's outgoing personality, like how he just makes friends with anyone that he wants to, and anyone that is with him wants to become strong with him, because that's how Kakashi's been feeling. And he saw that in Sasuke, and sometimes he saw that in Sakura too, like she wants to become stronger but then she just gets bored of training. And he saw that in his Naruto new summoning, because he saw a smile on his summoning when he saw Naruto, because he must have remembered that that he's like Minato. So he just leaves, and Naruto does pass, and Gamabunta, before he disappears, it's like, "Hey kid, if you want to learn more about the Rinnegan," and then he gets his sword out and he points at him. He said, "Maybe talk to the sage, toad sage." And then Naruto's like, "How am I meant to talk to the toad sage?" And so Gamabunta is like, "If you come with me, I will take you to Mount Miyoboku, where I grew up, and the sage lives there." And then Naruto's like, "If I go with you, how am I meant to come back in a week?" And Gamabunta's like, "We will teach you how to do the reverse summoning jutsu, so you can go back. And if you can't go back, well, you're staying with us." So Naruto goes back to Mount Miyoboku to ask the Toad Sage about the abilities of the Rinnegan, and the Toad Sage realizes that this kid must have got the Rinnegan from the Sage of Six Paths, because the Sage of Six Paths does look after this timeline and world, because he knows that his sons will reincarnate. Sorry, a sneeze there. So Naruto does learn about the six paths and asks how he can use them, and the Toad Sage, they will come to you naturally, and usually you can use them yourself, or you can have clones. You can make clones to use them for you. And Naruto's like, clones could be efficient, but they could be taken out easily. So he says, maybe I'm gonna do them on my own. So except for I forgot which path does the laser thing. He's probably gonna he's gonna do it himself. So wait, let me check which path. So the Asura path. So Naruto learns about these six paths, and he does learn the reverse summoning jutsu. So he reverse summons to his village in 3 days, and he has 4 days left. So Naruto tries to use some of the paths, and he knows he already has one of the paths which uses the almighty push and the universal pull. And then he asks Sasuke if he could use a fireball jutsu on him, and Sasuke asks why. And Naruto wants to try a new technique that his Rinnegan allows him. So basically the one that absorbs chakra. I forgot, I don't remember the names. I'm sure that you guys won't mind if I don't say the name. Hopefully, please forgive me. So Naruto realizes that this fireball jutsu could really hurt him. So then, out of nowhere, Naruto just absorbs all the chakra of the fireball jutsu. So Naruto now realizes he can actually do this, and Sasuke is completely stunned and is a bit jealous that Naruto gets all these abilities while he's left with just a one Tomoe Sharingan. So he in the last few days does unlock the 2 Tomoe because of his hard work, and that's pretty much it for part 2 for What If Naruto Had the Rinnegan. So this part will end right before they enter the Chunin exam, and so I want to know what you all think, and if I should continue with this What If, because I have been getting a lot of comments about continuing it, but I'm not sure, because not a lot of my viewers aren't subscribed. So I want please, I want you all to subscribe, because like 90% of my viewers are not subscribed, and maybe 10% are. So please subscribe, and stay safe. Thank you for listening, and peace.